Hey y'all, welcome back to the channel. I am Cole Wolfrun, and today we are watching another death battle. Maka from Soul Eater versus RWBY from RWBY. I fucking love Soul Eater. It's one of my favorite animes, so I'm going to be a little biased in this death battle, to be honest. I don't know much about RWBY. I watched the first season, like kind of when it first came out, but I never watched anything after that. I liked it. Like, I liked the premise, but it just wasn't really, like, hitting for me for some reason. Maybe I'll go back and watch it after this. After I watched the Deku versus Spider-Man one, I went back and watched My Hero, and I was like, holy shit. But anyway, let's get into this death battle. Maka versus RWBY. I'm rooting for Maka. Like, I can tell you all that right now.
Ruby Rose versus Maka Albarn.
The battle of spunky teens with oversized gardening tools.
Ah, and before... Sorry to pause right there. That's a weird angle to pause on. Before you watch my video, be sure to go back and watch Death Battle's official video and then come back to this one, you know? Also, like and subscribe to both Death Battle and me.
He's Wiz and I'm Boomstick.
And it's our job to analyze their weapons, armor, and skills to find out who would win a death battle.
Okay.
I remember when Mama Boomstick read me bedtime fairy tales. Stories of heroes and warnings about eating those little berries and quicksand. So much quicksand.
Yet in the world of
Dude, I thought quicksand was gonna be so much bigger problem when I was a kid than it is.
And there was nothing more exciting than that to Ruby Rose,
daughter to the world-renowned huntress Summer.
Ruby Rose at 17, leader of Team RWBY. 17? Okay. This is probably end of show RWBY. Crow, Yang, Oblak, likes books, cool weapons, or family penny. Okay.
Who disappeared.
Official
Really
VTuber. My God.
Than to be a huntress.
Her dedication paid off. Admitted into Beacon Academy 2 years ahead, a premier school for huntsmen and huntresses, RWBY clearly showed prodigious talent.
Not just
whoa, that animation got real good.
Just like yours truly, RWBY doesn't leave home without her trusty Crescent Rose. It may look like a high-tech scythe, and it is, but it's also a gun. RWBY made Crescent Rose.
That's just RWBY.
Like a dance between
it's just the show.
And a bolt-action sniper rifle.
A dance is fitting, as huntsmen are locked in a never-ending waltz.
Did it get more anime art style as things go on?
Sniper and sight at the press of a button. RWBY's an old hand at flinging and moving it exactly how she wants, despite it being like bigger than she is. How does she do it with those noodle arms? The girl can't even throw a punch.
Well, she might not need to, given the strength of her aura. All living beings in Remnant have an aura, except dark creatures like Grimm, though not all of them can utilize it in combat without extensive training. See, aura forms a barrier that blocks fatal blows and even heals wounds.
It can make weapons stronger too. When
I think I remember that.
Cartridge of dust into Crescent Rose, her aura lights up nature's wrath in man's hand.
Dramatic, but accurate. This dust represents the base elements of the world. Fire, electricity, ice, wind, anti-gravity. Doesn't that last one count?
Anti-gravity?
She's got the eyes of a hawk, and when she shoots you with dust, a bullet wound's the last thing you'll be worried about. With enough of a boost, ice dust can freeze over whole mechs, and she can power up her kicks to crater military-grade steel.
A person's aura may be limited, but RWBY can keep track of hers with this handy health bar on her not smartphone.
RWBY blasted her Huntress classes with flying colors. Almost right away, she was appointed the leader of her own group, with Weiss Schnee, Lake Belladonna, and Big Sis Yang Xiaodong. Oh, I get it. Team
RWBY.
But RWBY's hope for many years of learning with her friends would be dashed as evil machinations spread like wildfire. And with a flash of silver light,
whoa, I only saw season 1. I don't know.
Dead. Her school totally.
Pura died?
Sister disarmed. All because
Yang lost an arm?
Way too far.
Salem saw the world divided, and it was time to say goodbye to any happily ever after.
But RWBY wouldn't give up like that, so she set off to change the world.
Even as Crescent Rose began to feel heavier and heavier. Could she really save the world like her fairy tale heroes? All she did is what she's always done and never stopped moving forward.
Because Crescent Rose wasn't the only thing she needed. She had to improve her semblance too.
Right. While
aura
is essentially the manifestation of one's soul, the semblance is an expression of their personality.
Basically, it's a superpower farmed by aura, and RWBY got super speed, or
I guess you could say they're aura farming.
she doing exactly?
Well, if that's the case, Piccolo would be the best in this world. That's all Piccolo does is war farm.
And intangibility.
Him and Henry
He can
Cavill Superman.
rocket from one point to another in milliseconds.
By literally bursting into petals.
Sort of. According to Best Robo Girl Penny, Ruby's semblance is extremely complex.
The animation got
It
way
involves
better in
breaking her
later
body
seasons,
down to its
didn't it?
molecular components before zooming off in complex paths, negating the laws of mass entirely.
AKA Super Speed Plus. And Nora's best girl. Ruby's pedal burst is so quick she can make flying missiles look completely still. Good luck tagging her with a bullet. Or a breadstick.
She is certainly quick enough to give Emerald and Mercury a hard time, and they've dodged actual lightning.
She's
Damn.
faster than Blake, who could keep up with the most cringe faunus of all, Adam Taurus.
Well, he did draw his sword fast enough to parry an actual particle beam. In real life, such a beam is created by accelerating charged particles to just under light speed.
Okay.
So, that's impressive.
With such a powerful ability, Ruby could safely shine her smile for years, even as she carried the fate of Remnant across the world. To her friends, she was a beacon of hope.
Well, yeah, because she's got one more superpower. Her silver eyes. Just like
Really?
her mom, Ruby inherited them from the god of light as a weapon against negative
She's a
anti-light
fucking
energy,
descendant of a
like the
deity?
spawn from. Just a wink and blam.
Yeah, maybe Maka might lose. We're dealing with someone who's a descendant of a deity. Cool.
But Ruby's skills didn't falter after her time at Beacon. As she journeyed across Remnant, she leveled up to compete with all sorts of powerful magic and mechanized foes. Her team could even match the Ace Ops, an elite squad of longtime professional huntsmen.
Including Harriet, whose super speed semblance was totally outclassed by Petal Burst, and Vine, whose aura was strong enough to contain a bomb that was about to decimate the whole city of Mantle.
Damn.
Man, these are some pretty powerful auras.
Though it's important to remember, Ruby is only 17 years old. The weight of being a leader, a savior, and a huntress like her mother would get heavier and heavier and heavier.
She got over it. Look at her go!
Taking Crescent Rose firmly in hand and sending a message of unity to the rest of the world. Ruby had finally left the fairy tale behind, taking one more step toward the day we've waited for.
That's pretty cool. Is that show over?
Today's battle is sponsored by Prize Picks.
I don't care
all
about
make
Prize
decisions
Picks.
every day.
I really need an ad blocker.
Movies that matter.
Y'all are right. Y'all in the comments are right.
Dwells within a sound mind. And
Maka! 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 Maka!
Just evil souls of this world.
Before we get started on Maka, I will say that Ruby seems way stronger than I thought she was, and also descended from a god. Alright. I'm still gonna root for Maka.
Earn
But
the
we'll
Disney
see.
Fast Pass to becoming a Kishin.
destructive gods
Kishin.
mutated from good-natured souls. A Kishin could plunge the world into chaos and madness. If only someone could stop them.
Bingo!
Yeah.
It's the DWMA. Welcome to Death Weapon Meister Academy, where death rules. Literally, his name is Death.
Here, Lord Death tasks humans to become spiritually talented meisters of demon weapons.
AKA people who are also a weapon. No, really, they transform into weapons.
It's
Guns,
cool.
You name it. A Meister weapon pair kills and consumes lost souls to keep the Kishin away. Jack the Ripper? More like Jack the Fraud.
And so, the demon weapon Soul was paired with the dutiful rising star, Maka Albarn.
Yeah.
Classic teacher's pet. The kind of girl who leaves an apple on the desk and goes, "Teacher, you forgot to give us homework." And then we jump them.
As if Soul's any better, a weapon who's too concerned with being cool to do any real work.
Hey,
Yeah.
Soul's not just
Yeah.
any demon weapon. He's a scythe. And he's got his sights on upgrading to the highest level of Death Scythe.
Which would be a high honor. And lucky for Soul, Maka always aims high.
With that common goal, Maka and Soul formed the Dream Team. All they needed was 99 Kishin eggs and the soul of a witch. Easy, right?
Maybe, since Maka is extraordinarily perceptive at spotting and examining souls. She can detect spiritual presences from millions of yards away. And can
Millions? Whoa, when did that get said?
Time for class then. The two trained hard, but their styles kinda weird. Okay, so Maka guides Soul in the direction she
Yeah, that's true. Death Scythe pianist. Yeah.
wants to go, but Soul, the scythe, does all the actual movements himself. Maka's the Meister, Soul's the weapon.
Like conductor and instrumentalist, a Meister weapon pair cannot work in harmony without total cooperation.
Too bad their teamwork sucked. They fumbled the easiest chance for Death Sight status, F-.
Maka just
Oof.
could not get in tune with Soul's wavelength. She was skilled, sure, more skilled than most.
Keyword, most. There were plenty of rivals showing her up, like Blackstar and Tsubaki.
Really puts a damper on the straight A's when this show-off is doing better than you.
It was up to Maka and Soul to improve their teamwork through Soul Resonance.
What I said about wavelength wasn't metaphorical. Rather, wavelengths are the means with which Meister and Weapon draw strength.
Soul Resonance is also one of the best anime
Two
openings of all
wavelengths has
time.
different emotional amplitudes that must
Opening theme to this
merge in
anime?
alignment.
If the Meister's the guitar and the Weapon's the amp, then they create a feedback loop to increase its frequency. That's Soul Resonance.
Soul Resonance creates a telepathic link and surges their strength and speed.
And preps them for cool sight moves like the Witch Hunt Slash, a big energy strike that puts the L in evil.
As the name implies, it works especially well against witches and other evil creatures. It's not exclusive or anything.
It's actually really deadly against evil because of Maka's rare anti-demon wavelengths. Basically, being a goody little two-shoes gets her the power of purity or whatever.
Maka and Soul were becoming a synchronized unit, though one would sometimes need to rein in the other's idiotic habits.
And the other guys gotta stop their annoying overthinking, Wiz.
But everything changed after a unique encounter with Krona.
Oh,
which
Krona.
nearly killed Soul.
Now Soul had an ogre pal in his head, waiting for him to swing on over and play the piano. Yep, Soul got infected with black blood.
Black blood was specially brewed as a weaponizable blood. It hardens and strengthens its user's body, inside and out, increasing their physical ability. They can even block blades with their bare skin.
Too bad it comes with a little side effect of madness with a capital M.
A force of fear and sadness all living things possess, which threatens to ruin the world.
So it was kind of a big deal that Maka was bummed by how she got Soul in a jam. But thanks to Soul, she got over it and even welcomed in their new little ogre buddy.
Now when Soul plays his grand piano, their soul resonance sings even louder through the black blood.
Giving Maka all the perks of black blood too, even the crazy parts. Bet you didn't expect that, Krona.
But evil saw their plans through. The Kishin Asura had arrived. Madness was spreading everywhere.
So Maka and Soul had to lock in and upgrade their witch hunt to the even stronger demon hunt slash. They went on even more missions to reach souls with classmates like Blackstar, and that guy outran his own shadow.
Perhaps the most
That-
obvious evidence ever of faster.
I've never read the manga, so some of this is definitely from the manga.
Hear that with her fight with the demon.
But I did watch the anime all the way to the end.
Obliterate whole mountains, and you've got one hell of an ass kicker.
And yet, Maka's
Okay, maybe Maka has a better shot than I thought. She's kind of OP. I forgot how OP Maka and Soul are.
relationship with Soul still faltered. Soul was the real star here. Even other Meisters were trying to take him as a weapon, away from Maka.
I mean, he literally moves himself, so Maka couldn't help but wonder if she was holding him back all along.
But Soul said the truth. In all of their missions, their teamwork was the key to their victory. An orchestral performance is only as good as the one conducting. And so, their wavelengths played in harmony, and Maka donned a dress of black blood.
What? Oh, that's in the manga only? In the anime, Maka has a different final form in which she manifests scythes blades from her body due to her father being a death scythe. This form does not appear in the original manga and thus excluded. Okay, so we're getting into stuff I don't know because I didn't read the manga.
It's an armor literally made of blood, and it lets Maka fly around and shoot out her soul as an epic sound wave. So freaking metal!
At the same time, Soul discovered he could hack souls and directly transmit Maka's anti-demon wave.
I like her multiple
basically
scythes
shutting their
form,
enemy
though. It's
completely
cool.
down through Soul
Man.
And they finally
Okay.
achieved Death Scythe. The dream's here, baby.
So when Krona's own black blood reached its final stage, Maka and Soul flew to the moon. A moon small and unassuming, but so dense it has the same mass as the planet itself. The very world's sanity was at stake.
Krona might have gone insane, but Maka still reached out to their new friend's soul until the Kishin showed up to ruin everything. Come on, Asura, they're having a moment here. Timing, bro.
In the college setting,
Damn it!
your first impression.
Why are characters named Asura always dicks except in
And what would
Asura's
be
Wrath?
Maka's final exam, Maka, Soul, and all of their friends
it's kind of a
faced
dick.
off against the Kishin.
And she passed. A+. Maka pulled her weight and perfected her teamwork with Soul. Their wavelengths were pitch perfect.
Asura did everything he could to separate them. crater them into the moon, punch holes in Maka's chest, tamper their souls with madness, and each time they successfully realigned their wavelengths.
Until they kicked his ass with one final upgrade, the Kishin Hunt Slash. Maka Chop! Now that's what I call absolute cinema.
Because a sound
Wait, I need that meme. Wait a minute.
Final upgrade, the Kishin Hunt Slash. Maka Chop! Now that's what I call absolute
I need this meme. I need this meme of Wisdom Boomstick.
cinema.
Because a sound soul dwells within a sound mind and body. So should you feel overwhelmed by evil's roars, just write 4242564 whenever you want to knock on death's door.
Yeah.
Congratulations to us.
Uh,
No.
All possibilities.
it's time for a side battle!
And pause. So, after watching this, I still think Maka's gonna win. RWBY might put up a better fight than I thought. Like, when I first heard about this death battle, I was like, there's no fucking way RWBY from RWBY is beating Maka. Now, RWBY seems a little stronger than I thought she was. I also had forgotten that Death Battle used to be owned by Rooster Teeth, but they're not anymore, so there's no reason to let RWBY win. I'm going to be a little salty if RWBY wins. Just a little bit. Probably not as salty as I was when Dimitri beat Guts, but, I mean, I love Dimitri too. I don't really know RWBY. I love Maka and Soul. I'm probably going to be a little salty if RWBY wins. But that's not going to happen, because Maka's going to win. Maka's going to win!
Okay, it's official.
Woo! 3D Death Battle.
Cool.
Oh, come on, Soul. Our target should be here, so try helping out. Hi! Who are you looking for?
You!
Little Red Riding Hood, your humanity has strayed from its just path, and the Shinigami has called for you. Your boyfriend turns into a scythe! Oh, that's so cool! Your soul is ours!
That pedal form might be too much for Maka.
I like my soul, thanks!
So far, every time...
Red, your moves are sick, but too slow for my Meister.
You haven't seen anything yet! Focus. She's quick, but we can handle it.
Let's go, Soul Resonance!
Oh. Oh. This is really well done. They got the humor right. Ha!
Get back here!
Yeah, I think Maka's got this.
Soul, hurry! Interesting. Her soul forms a barrier. Try helping out.
Relax.
Ah. Ooh. Okay. Okay. This is really cool, though.
Sorry, but I'll never stop fighting.
Oh, shit! Am I wrong?
And I am a huntress!
Soul Adagio.
Ooh.
RWBY!
Oh. God powers!
The wavelengths. Damn it, she's. Stay strong, Maka. You got this.
Oh, shit!
soul. Ruby Rose, huh?
The fucking creepy moon. I knew it!
Rest in
Hell
peace,
yeah!
Ruby.
Good job, Maka!
It's not often you get to see scythe-on-scythe action like that.
Let's break this down.
Okay, let's be real. In real life, scythes are terrible fucking weapons. They are not good for combat in the slightest.
4 categories that best represent this matchup. First, strength.
Aura supercharged Ruby's strength way higher than you'd think, like kicking this Grim through steel. But Maka's soul resonance could match Gopher, who destroyed mountains.
Now, Team Ruby
Yeah.
did defeat Vine, whose aura contained a bomb that could have wiped out a city.
Adding up their flight speed and how far Harriet said they'd have to fly to avoid the blast, that's a 366 kiloton bomb.
Jesus.
It's possible Ruby's own aura possesses a similar level of, say, energy strength, though her semblance obviously can't replicate what Vine did.
Black Blood Maka got blasted by Asura into the moon. Yeah, it's small, but its mass is the same as Earth's, right?
Putting Asura's strikes at 2 quadrillion tons of TNT,
Oof.
or 5 billion times higher than Vine.
Yeah.
Maka takes strength, but speed wasn't as clear cut. Ruby's a fast little gal. Maka kept up with Blackstar, faster than Shadows and whatnot. But as they improved their skills, Ruby and her friends could outspeed Atom.
Who blocked a particle beam. Though given the distance and time to react, Atom moved about 42% the speed of light. Not quite faster than your own Shadow territory. Still, Ruby's Petal Burst has become far faster than this over time, and clearly gives
okay.
more than a 2-time speed increase on top of that 42%, making her well past light speed.
Definitely enough to take on Harriet, who was all about speed. Angry speed.
This isn't to say Maka couldn't keep up thanks to Soul Resonance, but Petal Burst makes this comparison close enough to call it a tie. And her speed
okay.
would be key to winning in skill.
Come on, Wiz. Call it what it really is. It's scythery.
That's not a word.
Maka's scythery was
Damn it,
pretty
Boomstick.
good, but Soul does all the movement for her. As a Meister, she was mostly a guide.
It's easy to assume that Ruby's scythery was superior. She's entirely self-sufficient at dancing with her weapon.
Soul's own control is still a factor here, but it doesn't change that Ruby's been swinging that thing for way longer than Maka. Ruby's got scythery in the bag.
Perhaps
I'll agree to
would
that.
be enough for Ruby to avoid Maka's far greater strength if she had the better powers.
So, Aura's really cool. Barriers, healing, superpowers, and so on. But it's got one big weakness.
It is a finite resource that is required for all of Ruby's powers.
Petal Burst, activating dust, even powering up Crescent Rose takes juice and some aura. Once it's gone, Ruby's totally vulnerable.
And there's a second key factor regarding aura. It is specifically a manifestation of Ruby's soul.
And Maka's power.
Yeah,
taken
that
on
makes
Soul.
sense.
Maka had lots of ways to break through Ruby's aura, like Soul Adagio.
And since Maka is exceptionally gifted at examining souls, she could definitely figure out how aura works.
But plot twist, what about Ruby's silver eyes? Her anti-Grim eye beams? Turns out they were actually her best secret weapon.
The negative power of Grim is quite similar to Madness wavelengths, which power Black Blood. Since anti-demon wavelengths can cancel out Black Blood, the silver eyes should achieve a similar effect.
Yeah.
But Maka and Soul's whole story is about reaching that perfect soul resonance. Asura tried every way in the book and more to separate their wavelengths and failed. And we already talked about how much stronger he is than Ruby. Maka takes powers, because when she rose to the occasion...
Yeah, this is
Ruby
pretty
had
one-sided,
a
it seems like
semblance of
then.
a chance and bit the dust.
The winners are Maka Albarn
Claps.
and Soul Evans.
His
Claps.
name is Soul Evans? Next time on...
Oh, who's next? Alucard? No.
Subscribe.
Blade versus Buffy? How in the fuck is Buffy the Vampire Slayer supposed to compete with Blade? That's stupid. Anyway, so that was a good one. I called it from the start, Maka won. I was a little worried there for a minute because Ruby had some pretty crazy powers that kind of countered stuff Maka had. But at the end of the day, Maka and Soul won. So that's going to be it for us today. I may watch the next one when it comes out. Probably not. Probably take me a minute to watch that one because I don't really have much interest in Buffy the Vampire Slayer. But if you guys want me to, I'll watch it. I do like Blade a lot. Like, I like Marvel a lot. Anyways, thank you all so much for watching. If you enjoyed this video, leave a like down below. Subscribe if you haven't already. And I'll see y'all on the next video.